Well, just to be clear, what mindfulness is the condition of noticing what your experience is like without being lost in thought about it, right? So that people are spending their time, 99.9% of their time, lost in a story they're telling themselves about their lives. And everything in the present moment, no matter how pleasant or unpleasant, is coming through this filter of endlessly conceptualizing and discursively narrating and reacting to and judging experience. And what you discover when you learn to be mindful is that consciousness, is just that in you which is aware of experience, has certain characteristics which convey the relief and well-being that you are otherwise disposed to seek through all your efforts, right? So it's like on some level, all of our efforts to solve our problems are a matter of trying to have a good enough reason just to be able to relax into the present moment, really relax, so that you can just put down the burden of your life and give up the war and just come to rest, right? And so, as you say, joy. It's not about always finding a joy that doesn't go away, or finding a peak experience that doesn't go away, because whatever comes is going to go, right? I mean, what you have this condition in which things are continually appearing and changing, and this is consciousness, for lack of a better word, and it is never a matter of getting some of the contents of consciousness to persist for all time, because that's impossible. I mean, it's neurophysiologically impossible. It's as the physics of things. The nature of something that arises is to pass away, and yet this condition in which everything is arising and passing away, sights, sounds, sensations, thoughts, moods, emotions, it really is open and unstructured, and the more you drop back into it, just witness the flow of experience, the more you begin to feel the freedom that comes with just recognizing that which is aware of joy is the same thing as that which is aware of sadness or depression or fear or anxiety, and it is actually not deeply colored, or in the end colored at all by what's appearing. And so the key to finding deep equanimity, even with a quintessentially negative experience like sadness or physical pain, is to recognize that consciousness itself never actually takes the form of what it knows. And it's there are many analogies here, but it's one is like, it's like a mirror. Whatever you put in front of a mirror, it is reflected by it. It's completely apparent within it, and yet the mirror never takes the shape of the ugly thing that has been brought before it, and it's never improved by the beautiful thing that's been brought before it. And you can actually, again, it takes some training to do this, but when you really establish an experience of mindfulness where it's you're mindful for long enough so that you can really test the character and quality of consciousness in many moments strung together, you can see that there is a phenomenon that the Tibetan Buddhists call one taste, where it doesn't matter what your experience is in those moments, and so in those moments, and again, those can be hard won for some of us, but in those moments, it really is a matter of not being able to find any of your problems. Right now, you'll pick them up again in the next moment when you're thinking about your life. But it's an incredible relief to know and to experience this kind of interruption of reactivity, where you just see whatever else is going on in your life, you can actually find real rest. Again, if only for a moment, but you could do that 100 times a day, and that's what the training ultimately is. Yeah, I forgot we wanted pithy answers here.
Oh, you're good.
I'm going to give you one pithy answer, which is, if you're suffering, you are lost in thought.
That's
and
good.
that is, as an algorithm to or heuristic to have running in your brain, it's incredibly instructive, because I guarantee you, if you are psychologically miserable in any way, you have been thinking continuously without noticing it. And until you know how to be mindful, there will be no alternative. But once you know how to be mindful, you will be able to interrupt that process.
Yeah.